Hello, this is Daviddean, and I just wanted to do a walkthrough for CANNY Valley, all the storm shield defenses I put up, all the trap tunnels and stuff, what the spawn points are, and just what I've learned from doing this. Yes, this is my third time going through CANNY Valley. The first time I wasn't doing videos yet, so I don't have any of those posted. The second time I went through and did it with a constructor, and I did it with nothing but trap tunnels. So I did no shooting, no abilities except for the constructor's base, and just showed people how to complete that. But now they have changed up the spawns. The spawns are smaller now, but we also have different husks. The first set of videos I did not have the shielder husk. They did not have the zapper husk. But now we got smaller spawn rates. So I just wanted to show how I changed that. Also, this series I did with defenders and also with me shooting a little bit. But still, a lot of it was just knowing where to put the trap tunnels, where to put the lobber shields, and knowing the spawn points. So, as I said, gonna go around and explain all that. I did no building around the amplifiers or home base. I did not think I'd be able to get all the way through CANNY Valley doing that, but it managed to work out pretty easily. I don't think we ever had any major issues with this. First thing is usually I try to put the defenders back as far as possible. Here with home base, that's kind of hard because you can get attacked from all four directions. So I ended up just making 2 defender pits. And I'll actually start over here to the south. I still have a little bit of my defenses up, but over here, the spawn point to the south is right here, right this ridge. And the thing is, once you place what I have as Amplifier C, once you place that, this spawn point changes from the home base over to Amp C. So that's let you know if you want to get rid of this as a spawn point for home base, that's how you do it. But the trap tunnel I have in my other videos, but I just wanted you to know this is where the spawn is. And coming up, I have it set up where there's just 2 little trap tunnels and right behind it a wall of defenders. Over here to the east, the spawn point will be down around the amplifier. This, and you get this a lot in CANNY Valley where you have splits on where they can get up. Because this is a cliff, they can't come straight up. So some of them will come up right over this ramp area here, making it very easy to build your trap tunnels for. And once again, in the description, I will put a link of all the builds I did that unfortunately are torn down now. But over here to the east, the other half of the spawn point is up this tunnel, through here, and up into here. But, once again, you can get rid of that spawn point by placing Amplifier D. Once you place that, you take away that spawn point for home base. And then over here, for the third side, once again, the spawn point is down right by the amplifier. They can come up 2 different paths. From down below, come up here, and they can split off to where the other area came up. So I have my trap tunnel set up here for either way. And then they can also come up this way. So once again, it splits off. And if you want more information on that, you can just check out the other videos. But this is the way you're going to get attacked the vast majority of the time. And I really do notice on the amplifiers, they have basically a common spawn, a rare spawn, and a highly ever spawn. And I gotta tell you, from the east and north, I hardly have ever seen attacks from there. They have happened, but it's really, really rare. I have occasional spawns to the south on the home base, but definitely the west side is the side I've gotten attacked by the most. You can see here, and in CANNY Valley, and you'll see it in Twine Peaks, most of my pieces I put down are lobber shields. Because all you need is one hole in the lobber shield, one place they can find to start throwing, and they can take out your structures so fast. And I see so many times when I play with other people or watch other videos, a lobber will start throwing, the person will run over and shoot the lobber and then go shoot some other things. The problem is with the next spawn, the lobbers come over again and start throwing again, and it just keeps being repetitive. Don't do that. I don't worry about killing the lobbers because I want to force the lobbers into the trap tunnels. If you do a complete lobber shield, then the lobbers and flingers can't get an angle on your amplifier, and then they walk into the trap tunnels and they get taken out pretty quick and easy. Once again, this is another one where you have the spawn point down here, this entire ridge, or little valley here, and then even up on this ridge they'll have some. And then they can't get up straight up there, so they will either split to the left or to the right. For some strange reason, the blasters love to come over here and try to bash this out, but once they bash it out, they realize they can't get up there, and then they walk over to the trap tunnels. Don't know, just strange AI, but that's the way it works. Down here, it's a little bit strange because I cannot place anything on that tile or this tile. For some reason, this rock face reads as if it's extending out here. And also another thing I wanted to mention is when I ran this before, pretty much by the time I was at CANNY VALLEY Storm Shield Defense 6, I had used up the vast majority of my materials. This time I used 1,571 less structural pieces and traps than I did last time. So much less resources. But coming up here just right away, gas traps now are vital for taking out the shielder husk. Those dome shielder husk. You get rid of them with the gas traps by the edge of the trap tunnels. When they come in this case, this 2x1 is a launcher with a timeout room. And you'll be hearing me a lot mentioning 2x1s. They're my main way of trapping now. This just happened to be the best place I could put this in with a few little traps. And I kept the ceiling open because what I want is when they come up here, eaten up by dynamos, gas traps, if they actually make it to this spot, launch back, and they land down below right here and end up getting eaten up by the dynamos and the floor traps, and they just keep repeating that process. Plus, once they're here, then the defenders can see them and they can just unload on anything coming up into this trap tunnel. If I wanted to, I could definitely put some more traps in here for quicker kills, like wall darts up there. And, yep, I can even put a wall there with some traps. But this actually seemed like overkill most of the time. I think I could have got away with it, even if I took out the 2x1 there. And you see another 2x1 I just placed over here. Some of them will just walk around the edges of it, which is fine. But a lot of them end up walking right through here, launcher to the back. Really should have put in a little bitty half wall there, but I was trying to save structural pieces. Some will walk through there and get hit by the gas trap, and then they get up into the 2x1, same as the other place. Wooden floor spikes, wall launchers, 2 gas traps, and 3 dynamos. And as I said, this was basically overkill for over here. Lobber shield just extended it out. This is something you just kind of learn. One thing though, if you have to fix it and you're running around up there on the lobber shield, there is a chance that if you have exploder husks, they will throw propane at you and blow it all up, and the lobbers may try to target you on it. So if you have to fix something or add something, have a launch pad, get there as fast as possible, and get down below as fast as possible. But that is the home base. I always recommend on this that you definitely put down this amplifier to the north first for a few reasons. First of all, it shares a spawn point, which right now is my amplifier D over here to the northeast. And if you place D first, make that your A, then the spawn will go over there and you have to defend from that side. But as soon as you place this one, that spawn point permanently changes to come over here. So then you just kind of wasted building those defenses on that side of the amplifier. Like right now on Amplifier D, I have no defenses for the north side because that spawn point will always come over here. And it just saves me one set of trap tunnels I have to do. Over here, once again, I put my defender pads as back as far as possible. The amplifier, it's in a valley, down up on a ridge. Kind of strange. So everything comes through from a little bit up above, and then everything drops down below, and then they have to go up the ridge here. So anything that sticks its head above this ramp immediately is going to be taken out by all the defenders sitting behind the amplifier. One good thing about doing this the way I am doing it is that the lobbers that do building damage and the exploders throwing their propane tanks, they won't target the amplifier. They target the structures around the amplifier, and then when they do damage to those structures, some of that also affects the amplifier. But if you have nothing built around the amplifier, the lobbers and propane find other things to blow up. And that's why I have some... No, if they do get up here and they actually try to blow up stuff, what they're trying to blow up is actually the walls up against it behind the amplifier. Meaning they got to come an extra 3 or 4 tiles in to be able to get to those. And by that time, they're taken out by traps and defenders. But for the trap tunnels on this, when you first put it down, you can get attacked from 3 sides, west, north, and east. I was talking about the east side earlier. So let's go ahead and do that one. This is the spawn point right here, a little bit up in the cliffs, but everything drops down pretty cleanly to this riverbed here. As I said, if you place D first, they will travel up there to attack it. But if you place the A first, they will always attack A. And this is great because you have these natural cliffs blocking off the lobbers and flingers. So the lobbers and flingers are pretty well forced to come in here. And all I did was a series of wall launchers, knocking them back here. I got them knocked over here. I have to leave this open, as I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, they never got hardly anywhere in this little bitty trap tunnel series. I really think I could have done just this 2x1 here with a gas trap sticking out, and I think it probably would have cleared off 90-95% of the husk. But yeah, that ate them up. The thing is, you have to make sure over here there's 2 openings. And if you leave these ramps not blocked, the smashers love sneaking around this way and up into your fort. So all I did was put down wall launcher with a gas trap and then a bounce pad so I can get up there if I want. And there was no issues, no problems with them sneaking around. But as you can see here, they tried to 12 times at least. Something tried to get through here, and the launchers pushed them off. And I even do the same thing over here, just to be safe. But yeah, nothing got even tried. So that is the first spawn point, and really one of the easiest ones you'll find. Make sure though when you're building, you plan for the uneven floors. And like here, this is a natural place for them to get up and get in. Here, you can't. So make sure you always have a place they can get through. Some places, like if I extend that out a piece, nothing can get up here. So they will bash this down before going any further. And if you have propane, that can become a major issue because basically they're going to be blowing up your trap tunnels. And the whole point of my trap tunnels is that the husks think they can easily walk through. There's nothing really in their way. The truth is, there's a lot in their way, the traps, and that takes them out. And that's how you can build without them blowing everything up. This is kind of a chaotic spawn point coming out to the north of Amp A. The bulk of the spawn will be way back in here. And the main way they come through is this 2-tile wide ridge here. I put a launcher with a timeout room, and then walking through here, launcher, half wall, sending them back. So basically it's two 2x1s combined. And yeah, this just ate them up like crazy. No problems, no issues. The spawn point will also be up here, and you will have some coming through over here. And this had a ceiling on it with a gas trap before. And a lot of the range attackers will just stand right up here and try to target you, try to target defenders. And I don't have a problem with that, because if they're standing here, they would get hit by a gas trap, and they'd be getting hit by this launcher back into the timeout room to get taken out. It's kind of strange. I've never had them drop down from up above onto these two cliffs here. This time I did, so I just put some extra traps in there. And actually, I'm going to have to run all the way back around. Here, when they come out, they're going to want to come up into here to this natural tunnel area. Before, I had all this trapped out. There was just a ton of traps. This time, I just put one extra launcher up here with a gas trap. This thing only got used 3 times, running this storm shield defense 10 times. So, or got used 5 times. I know how to do math. All right. But yeah, they pop out over here. Once again, if they actually did ever make it all the way through, defenders would take them out the second they popped out of that cave. And then you get spawns up on this ridge, which are a nightmare. If you don't build that lobber shield, the lobbers will just sit up here and destroy everything. So definitely put that lobber shield up. And we're going to head up there. All right. And this is also good. I think one of the times I threw that down and then threw my teddy on top of it. And then the teddy just cleared out everything up here, because it was all low hit point range attackers. But yeah, you'll have the spawn up here. Some drop down over here and come through different ways that I already showed. A few dropped down onto that and got taken out. But for some reason, the majority of them love coming over here. And I put a wall there because I had some drop down through this. And I did not want it. But they will drop down here, one tile, one tile, one tile, and then come over here. And either if they're range attackers, they'll just stand up here and eat you up, or they'll drop down below and go for the amplifier. So just put in some traps here. The reason they start dropping down there is that I put a ceiling in here with a gas trap, and so they drop down on top of that. So I would recommend leaving this open now. But yeah, they come all right through here, drop down, get hit by a launch pad, out they go, and then they got to try to come through again. Actually, here I should have put floors down, because I did see them over here, but they would try to bash through the floors sometimes. Fortunately, I don't think it was ever an exploder husk, so they never blew anything up. But that's 2 of the sides, the north and the east. Over to the west, that is a big problem area. Once again, I have that in my other videos. And the spawn point, just to let you know, is right here on this amplifier. And it's actually down a ways. There is this natural bridge, not a natural bridge, but they have it pre-built. And when they have it pre-built, there's a floor piece right here. If you do not protect against them coming over here, they will walk out on that bridge and just tear you apart. So definitely have something, either just take it out altogether, or like I just took out the first piece. But yeah, the spawn point's up here. Once again, you have to check my videos for the trap tunnel. And we did have it. This does seem to be a rare spawn up here, but fortunately I did have it happen one time. Now normally I place where Amp D is as my second amplifier, but I really wanted to get rid of the spawn point. So I went ahead and placed this one. This is, and I should have shown you the big map in the beginning, but yeah, we got this one over here that is northwest of the home base that I placed second. And strangely, it does not take away that spawn point from the home base. But you can't get attacked from the south. You can get attacked from the west and the north. So 2 places, and here once again, I actually am really liking more and more not building around the amplifier, because like here from the north, there is 3 trap tunnels that they will be coming through. Once again, I got my defender pits back here. Anything pokes its head out of a trap tunnel, I can sit here and just take it out. Same thing with my defenders. Once again, the first thing the lobbers are going to want to blow up is whatever is kind of touching around the edge of this. So they're going to try to get to this, and even if they do blow it up, I really don't care because I got so many defenders. Taking out 1 or 2, not a big deal. But yeah, this worked perfect, and even if they got through, I had floor launchers here with really high impact. I think I had it a few times on the videos where you see the husks go up about 5 or 6 tiles in the air, and by the time they hit the ground, they are toast. But for over here, this is one of the simplest because there's going to be a spawn back in this area, and a bunch of them are going to come walking through. You can do this with 45s and floor launchers as well as the wall launchers, but I wanted to do more damage to them, so I went ahead and just did the gas traps with the wall launchers. And this should really be wooden floor spikes to slow them down. I think I had it out here and it blew up on the spawn. But this will do a bunch of damage to them. Then they will fall down, and then they will go into the next trap tunnel I show you. So nice, easy. Also, this is an extremely difficult area to build over. You can't build there, you can't build there, you can't build there, can't build there. So, just knocking them down below is really the best way to deal with them. And when they get knocked down below, we'll get over here. This is where they land. Back here is another spawn point. This floor got blown up with the spawn, but we still have the gas trap, the wall launcher, and the half wall. So they try to get through here, get punched back, and they're taking that gas damage. I left this open so things can fall down from up above. And then they enter this 2x1, just trying to get through and getting punched right back out again. If they did make it through that 2x1, they get up here and they got a second 2x1 to try to get through. And extremely effective trap tunnel over here. Now I'm going to be talking about the lobber shield here in a bit. There's a huge spawn up top there that drops down to that cliff and then drops down here. I had a wall launcher right there. So as soon as they drop, they're taking damage, they're getting slowed, and they're getting slapped down below. And then they just keep trying to get up here. If they actually make it up here, take a little damage. Here was another wall launcher back into a timeout room. And then once again, trying to get up here. Once again with the 2x1, just eating them up. And once again, works great. But once again, the number one thing about this is the lobber shield. It doesn't matter, I can get up there. So I got this above all the trap tunnels down below, and then I put staircases up so I can cover up this cliff area, not allowing anything to get in. So, and I did make a mistake. Hop down there. I think, yeah, I had this tile here. And some of them got on this and then walked over here and started trying to beat through. Because I had let's get that there. And so they were trying to get through, some sneaking through here. So just be careful that your trap tunnels do not, or your lobber shield does not allow for that. Trying to make it complete, but make it so they can't walk across the top of it. Had to do a quick fix, and then everything worked out great. Alright, that's for the north side. Now the west side gets a little bit complicated, mainly in the beginning because the storm shield is so close you can't really do the build you want to do. I think I just took a big risk and was relying on my defenders. I only had one attack, I believe, from this side. And actually I had to rebuild this trap tunnel. I had built it 2 tiles closer, right in line with the amplifier, because the main spawn is right out here, almost the entire length of this ridge. But that blew up a few of the floors in the trap tunnels and stuff. I did some hasty fixes, and then when I rebuilt it, I just put it 2 tiles back. But once again, I use my diagonal 2x1s for coming through here, and you'll see this on the final amp, or on Amp C. I have the exact same build over there, and that build worked for the final wave of propane smashers. Pretty good. But this actually has 4 entrances, because I know it spawns way over here. You'll have a spawn, part of it. They will want not to go down where everybody else is over there. They'll try to sneak around through this side. So to cover for that, I just put in this 2x1 here. And the thing is with the 2x1s, I know I've said it about 100 times now, but usually this gets about 90 to 95% of the husk going through there. So that small percentage that actually makes it through, then the defenders just eat them up as they get around the corner. On here, either side, once again, the 2x1 diagonal, 2x1 diagonal, and then the 4th tunnel over here for those that try to come around this side. Once again, worked extremely well. That one, I had a Lobber shield out there, but since the trap tunnel's so far out, the Lobber shield really isn't for protecting the amplifier. It's more for protecting me, because I was just standing back here, and anything that made it through the trap tunnel, I would take out after it got through. So, there you go. So we got 2 of the amplifiers down, 2 more to go. And once again, I did this a little different. Most people put the Amp D down much earlier than I did, but I just wanted to see different spawns and stuff. And actually, before I go any further, we will talk about the amplifier that should not be talked about. This amplifier right down here, that is southeast of the home base. I never have placed this one. I have seen other people place it, and it's kind of a nightmare, because you get spawns up here, you get spawns up on top of here, and they're just raining down onto you. So, yeah, I never place this one. I recommend you don't place it unless you want a really fun challenge, and then definitely go for it. And if I decide to do a 4th run through, or 4th account on Save the World, maybe I'll try it on that one. I'm really hoping they do a rework of the Storm Shield defenses, but they haven't mentioned anything about it, so who knows. But here, this is my Amp C, and actually, since it's so much like the other one, I will do that side first. And here, this is all built out of wood, because just being cocky, at the end of Storm Shield Defense number 10, it was just entirely filled with propane, and I decided to blow it up just for the fun of it. But this half is the same as this half. Once again, just diagonal 2x1s with a gas trap. That should be wooden floor spikes out there. And then coming through here, and this worked great. We did have some smashers get through, but the defenders took care of those. No issues, no problems. We did have an issue over here where they some of them spawned over here too far for them to make that entry into my trap tunnel. So they started just bashing down this wall here. If I had to do this again, I would just put a wall launcher there and a gas trap up above. That way, whatever tried to bash through this wall would be knocked back, and then he would have plenty of time to turn and go into the trap tunnel. Just like a good boy should. You do on this, because you will have lobbers and flingers trying to sneak around, and they will try to come over on this ridge. So I just put one small trap tunnel here, and yeah, that'll take care of any of those that try to sneak around. Down here, I had 2 defender pads. I wanted them far away from the spawn. So if it was a spawn to the south or the west, I was going to place here if it's a propane wave. If it wasn't, well, pretty much any wave should be put over there. But you actually have a spawn point to the east. And if we had that one, I was going to place all the defenders over here, just to get them back and away, because I knew it was a propane wave. But here is the other spawn point. As I said, some spawn points are much less common than other ones. This one, I've gone through this 3 times now. I've only seen it ever spawn here twice. And it's the easiest one in all of Canny Valley, or maybe any of the Storm Shield defenses, because it all spawns, huge spawns down here, and everything comes up through this one tile. Don't bother building a floor, because they will just destroy it, or blow it up with propane. Come up here, launch your gas traps, get up here, a diagonal 2x1, and nothing was getting through here. Let's see, this got used 5 times, that was it. And this worked absolutely great. If they did come up here for the final wave, I was going to quickly get rid of this, because I didn't want them walking up above. And then I was just going to let them blow it up if they actually got up here, with my defenders at the far corner taking them up once they saw them. This is the more difficult side to defend against, the west side. And this, we've already talked about this. This is originally the spawn point for the home base. And when this changes, oh yeah, you can blow up that tank every time, and every time you come in the zone, it'll be right back where it was. But this spawn, when it changes to Amp C, goes down this entire length. Also, they need to change these and give the amplifier names. Just give them a name so everybody can talk in the same vocabulary about what amp is what. Just wanted to say that. Alright, but the spawn point will be all the way up there, all the way across over there, even up on top of this ridge. I've seen it before where people built out their Lobber shield out to the ridge, and then they spawned right there and just walked right across their Lobber shield. Don't do that. But you get this big spawn, and basically I cut it up into 3 different sections. Well, technically 4. This is the outer edge. You'll get some sneaking through here. Once again, same builds, 2x1s basically just laced together. And that is definitely enough to stop them. The center one I was a little worried about, because with my setup I only had 1 launcher. So I think I could have took out everything that came through there but the smashers. But the defenders would have took those out. Try to get the gas trap out here in front to take care of the little low hit point husk. A few dynamos, 3 more gas traps, and then out through here. And then once again, all the defenders right back there. And then I just blocked it off, trying to make sure they go where I wanted them to. A lot of them end up spawning over here and coming down into this little valley or whatever. So I put a 2x1 up here, trying to slow them down. And then I put up one of my old-fashioned 2x2 timeout rooms. So anything come through here, launch back. Massive damage and staggering. The retractable floor spikes and the dynamos all do a lot of damage and a lot of impact, to the point where sometimes they'll just get stun locked in here. And then a second one, and then they'd pop up over here, and once again, defenders ready to go. Now, I have had it where things have spawned here, and that's why I didn't take out all these defenses that were originally for my home base. The lobbers and flingers would walk up here, walk around, and right here, I think right on this tile, they would throw over to the amplifier and just do insane amounts of damage. So this time when I did it, I just left my old defenses in there for the home base. So if the lobbers try to do it, they get taken out, and I got the lobber shield that would have forced them to come all the way around, and they wouldn't have been able to throw until they got right about here, in which case defenders take them out. So that is the 3 sides of that amplifier. And then we got 1 guy left, and he only can get attacked from 1 side with the way I did it. So for me, Amp D, I know a lot of people, this is Amp B. This can get attacked from the south, from the east and from the north. We already talked about the north, where if you place down what I placed A as first, you will never get a spawn from this direction, so you never have to build defenses for that direction. The south side is actually kind of tough to defend with all the ridge, the ramps, the drops. And I had a really good build for this on my other account, which, once again, I'll have in the description. You can check out. But yeah, they'll be coming over that ridge down here into this, and you can check out the other videos how I did that. But the vast majority of attacks on this amplifier come from the east, which, once again, you have natural cliffs blocking off most everything. So everything has to come through. This is a natural cave right here. And so I went ahead and did my 2x1s all the way through it, kicking them out with launchers. And this is the spawn point right back here. If you really want to have fun, grab your noble launcher and just stand here, and the second they spawn, just level them with the noble launcher, and then when they attack you, run. But you have that main tunnel there. Some will come around this side and come in this area, and it won't be many. I mean, hardly any will do it, but enough that I think I needed trap tunnel here. And this allows me to run in and out. So when they spawned, I would run through that little tunnel. I would start shooting, taking out whatever I could. When I got in trouble, run through there, and everything that followed me would get taken out. And then the other main trap tunnel here. If you're using a constructor, this is where I put my base so that it covered the front of the trap tunnels. But yeah, once again, using the timeout rooms. I do think I may have had a smasher or two get through here. Let's see, these are replaced launchers. But yeah, for here, just hardly anything got through. Since it's 3 tiles long, I did use the wall darts, which will shoot across all 3 tiles. And then once again, if they get through, fine. They're going to be defenders all back here. Once again, if lobbers got through or exploders, they would be targeting this defender pit, and no issues, no problems. But once again, this was so easy this time through. I kind of want to do it a 4th time just to see how bare bones I could go with the trap tunnels. Could I stop it with just one 2x1 trap tunnel on each side of the split? But let me know your thoughts, and let me know what you think about for future ones. We are now going into TWINE Peaks. I will be doing a video on my trap tunnels over there. But yes, you can definitely do these storm shield defenses solo, and you can definitely do them with a lot less materials now than what you used to have to do for them. So take care and have an amazing day. Thanks for watching.